Hi, thank you for watching this video. What a nice little movie this was, the half of it. It's about a group of teenagers, about the roles that sometimes teenagers put themselves into. And let me say something after watching this movie. I'm 42, I'm long gone from my teenage years, alright? But I have to say after watching this movie that many things haven't changed. Some things have changed, the perspective, the society have changed, but the same things that teenagers went through 10, 20 years ago are very similar to the same things teenagers go nowadays. So if you want to know more about what I thought about this great movie, stay watching this video. As I said in the introduction, things haven't changed that much from the time that I was a teenager. Because let me say something, when you're a teenager, you're searching for your identity. That's what you do when you're a teenager. You're going from childhood into adulthood. So you're searching for your identity. And probably you already know who you are. Deep inside, you already know who you are. But you know what happens when you're a teenager is that you want to belong to a group. You don't want to be by yourself. You don't want to be different. You want to belong. You want to be part of something. You are insecure because you are searching for your personality, right? And that's shown in the movie because you have the football player who's supposed to be this very tough guy, who plays football, but he's a very sensible guy. And he's very sensitive. He falls in love with this girl, like he doesn't know that much, but he's in love with her. You have this girl who's very smart, who's kind of nerdy, because guys pay her to do their homework, and you can tell she's kind of insecure, but she likes to sing, she likes to express herself, and she does it in her own room. And you have this pretty girl, right, who's very popular, and she hangs out with the popular kids. But you can tell that this girl is very introverted. She likes to keep to herself, she likes to write, she likes to do very introverted stuff. So all of them are part of a group that they don't really internally are part of. They're just part of this group because they have put themselves there or people have put them there. And it's kind of normal when you're a teenager because, like I said, you're searching for something, but at the same time you want to belong. And I think at that point you still don't understand something very special, that what makes you different as a person, as a teenager, as an adult, whatever, it's part of what makes you unique. It's part of what makes you special. It's your special power, your special talent. And you don't want to show it because you don't want to be different, right? You want to belong to something. But with age, as you mature, you will understand that special something is what makes you different and will make you happy in the future. Let me say a personal story that goes with this story. When I was nowadays I have this channel, I talk a lot, I'm very extroverted, I like to make friends, I'm very extroverted nowadays. But it wasn't always like that. When I was a teenager, let me say something, I was very insecure, I was very shy, I wasn't very comfortable with my own self, right? And I wanted to study communications coming out of high school, right? And well, what happened is that I started my first internship in this TV station and life took me behind the cameras. And that was fine. I have made a living being a director and a producer for 20 years. That's fine. But what I want to say with this story is that it was just until a few years ago that I said, you know what, I always wanted to talk. I always wanted to communicate my thoughts. I wanted to be a communicator. So I said, okay, well, nowadays there's YouTube. Let me open this channel and let me just talk. Let me just say what I think about movies, about entertainment, about many different things. And if people follow me or not, that's besides the point. That's secondary. I appreciate the followers that like everything, and I will tell you to like this video. Please like this video. But that's besides the point. I wanted to communicate. I wanted to express myself, my ideas. That's what I always wanted to do. And it took me 20 years, right, to get to that point. I hope what you take from this video, from the movie, is that you don't have to wait 20 years to express who you are. Get out of that idea of what people might think of what I do, or what people have the idea of myself. And everybody says, no, I don't care what people say. Yes, you do. Everybody does, especially when you're young. You do care about what people say of you. You do care to belong. You do care of being that little phrase, oh, I don't want to be weird. Oh, I don't want to be strange. No, people are going to think that. Get out of that, because you know what? You have to understand that when you find a uniqueness in yourself, that's what makes you special. It doesn't have to be communications like me. You might like to be, to paint or to read or to be more sensible than what you show to people who you are. Or maybe it's your sexuality. Like the protagonist, she's bisexual or she's gay. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. Well, nowadays, thankfully, that's a lot more acceptable. But let me say, it wasn't always like that. I'm so glad that it's like that nowadays. But you have to express yourself in who you are. that's what I took from this movie. I know it's a love story, and it's a very cute love story. It's a nice love story about this guy who's very tough, and he doesn't know how to talk to this girl, so she hires this other girl who knows how to ride. I felt very identified with a girl who knows how to ride because I always liked to ride since I was a teenager. And let me say, I grew up in Peru. I'm from Peru. And I went to an all boys high school. It was a boys high school. There wasn't any girls, right? So since it was all boys, everybody wanted to be tough. Everybody wanted to project, toughness, So you will never talk about, liking a girl or writing little letters to a girl, right? But when I think back to my teenage years, man, I could have been great at writing letters for my friends, because when you talk to girls when you're a teenager, everybody received little letters from boys, right? But nobody had accepted that they wrote letters to girls, right? But that happened a lot. I could have written many letters. I loved writing letters and poems since I was a child. So I never did that because, maybe I should have told my friends, hey, I have a service. Hey, can you want a letter? Man, I can write you a letter. But whatever. That's part of the movie. That's what I said. Things haven't changed that much. This girl writes letters to the girl writes letters to the other girl, from a boy. When I was a teenager, it was common that girls would receive letters, little letters, handwritten from boys, right? Things haven't changed that much. And things haven't changed that much in what I said. Like, people put themselves in roles that I hope that you grew from. When you grow up, you understand that, I always wanted to do this. So go ahead and do it. You don't have to wait a lot of time to do to express yourself in who you are. I hope you take that from this movie, because that's what I took from the movie looking at it, right? And it's a great movie. So I recommend it a lot. Please watch it. I give it 4 stars. It's a great movie. So thank you for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Follow me on my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.